Hey, you guys, what's up? Oh man, it has been so hot in the Pacific Northwest of Washington State. Well, in Washington State, I guess that would be the Pacific Northwest. But anyway, yeah, it's super hot up here right now. It's supposed to hit 111 by like next Wednesday. So thank God I figured out how to clean out the air filter in the furnace, so the air conditioning is actually working now. Anyway, okay, so thank you for tuning in. The lovely Tracie Fox of Love Junk Journals on YouTube and Etsy and all over the place on social media, and myself have come together and created a very special collection of what I like to call scrapbook papers. And so basically, I have a rather large collection of just old ephemera and books and, documents in English and French and some German, that I have always wanted to share with you guys in a really special way, not just, run of the mill scan, whatever. So I got together with Tracie and we came up with an idea where, if I provided all of the original work, the original, scanned pieces, if she would do the editing and the digital part of preparing that stuff for sale and to put into a really nice collection of papers that you guys can use for all kinds of different things. And we came up with a collaboration where we basically split the kit into two parts. Just took, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. Put half of them in her shop and half of them in my shop. And yeah, so it's super cool. So what you wind up with is a stack of yummy, yummy paper that you can use in your journals and all your projects. So just a couple little details. First of all, I printed this. I printed both kits, okay, mine and hers, our kit, on a lightweight cardstock. I believe this is like a 60-pound cardstock, something like that. It's pretty light. It's not photo paper, and it's not a super high-end paper, but I used my EcoTank, Epson EcoTank printer to print this, so it's actually an inkjet. I want to print some of this on like a really high quality photo paper using the laser jet and see how it looks. Because to be really honest with you, like, you get what you pay for when, as far as paper for printable stuff, you get, you'll just get better results using the right paper to correspond with the type of printer that you're using, and also the ink that you put into that printer. So, if you have like a real high-end printer, but you're putting cheap ink in it, it's going to affect your results. And also if you're putting, cheap paper in there, that, the same thing. So just be aware of that. Your results may vary, is what I'm saying. When any printables, not just this one, but any printable that you purchase and download and print, your results may be different than what you expect based on some of those factors. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. So the other thing is that I printed, so this is the US size in this collection of work. when you purchase and download the listing, the actual download that you get is a PDF. And when you open that PDF on your computer or whatever device you intend to download the actual images to, that PDF will have links in it that you'll need to click on to go to a different website. It's called WeTransfer, where the files are actually hosted. The reason for that is because the size of the file, or the actual product in digital form, is way too large to actually host on Etsy. You're very limited in the size of the files that you can actually store on the Etsy server. So anyway, so we've found a way to actually sell larger, higher quality images, digital images, using that WeTransfer option. So so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so what you'll get are the US size JPEGs, okay, and then you'll also get the US size PDF, and those are all high resolution. And then you'll also get the UK size, so like the A4 size, okay, in the JPEG and also in the PDF. So if you have A4 paper, even if you're in the US and you want, because it's a little bit larger than the US sizes, the 8.5 by 11, you will have the option to print these images, and they're formatted. Tracie took the time to format all of this stuff into all of those different formats and sizing. So she put a lot of work into doing this. I put a lot of work into doing this too, and over the last couple of years of just collecting the stuff and scanning it and keeping it organized and all that. So, but Tracie really, hands down, put her heart and soul into this for the last solid week in editing these images. And not just that, but also adding different layers to just give these kind of a different look, sort of altering them a little bit, grunging them a little, adding, like you can see on this one, for example, see how there's like a layer behind the title of the book. There's this writing that's in the background, I mean, those are the kinds of things that you get when you know what you're doing with Photoshop. I'm just saying. So even like this one, see how you can see that writing behind. So my kind of vision for this, I'll just start flipping through, but my sort of vision for this set or this collection was that I just wanted each page to be a single image. Like I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but I just wanted it like I wanted each page or paper or piece of ephemera to stand on its own as one image, rather than part of a collage or something like that. I just wanted it to be full page, so that it gives you more options of things that you can do with it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this particular book cover is in the kit twice, but it's in two different like colorways. So so that's another thing that she was able to do, is sort of alter the colors on some of these things, and add more texture and just sort of like kick them up. You know what I mean? Like this one, if I could show you the original of this page, this is a piece of sheet music. It looks like this, but she's added this kind of green hue and some texture and stuff like that. So there is actually quite a bit of work that goes into creating these digital files, and she really is a master. Another thing I will point out is that I have printed these borderless, so I don't have that white border around my images because I hate trimming that off, and I feel like it's a waste of perfectly good paper, and it's time consuming. So, I mean, when you buy scrapbook paper, it's borderless. It doesn't have that border. So that's really what I wanted this to be like, was like scrapbook paper that, you know, you can use in lots of different ways. So another thing is that, you know, some of these images, someone pointed out on Tracie's video that she published last night, was that some of these images they've seen before, or, you know, other people have these images. Well, yeah, some of these images come from books that weren't the only copy of that book. You know, like this encyclopedia with these butterflies in it. This is a French encyclopedia from like 1908 or something, and the copyright has run out on it. And a lot of people have used this image, but I own the encyclopedia that this image came from. So just so you know, like, yes, there are a few images that will be familiar because they came from that book, you know, and other people own that book also, and they've, you know, chosen to use it digitally. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of point out what Tracie has done with this. You see how she's added this writing behind all the butterflies. So she had to go through and remove, there was a name, there was a written number and name next to each one of these little butterflies and moths. And so she had to remove that, and then she added this layer behind each one, behind that that sheet of butterflies. So, you know, and then, you know, added some color, you know, layers and things like that too. I don't know exactly what she did, but, you know, anyway, if I could do it, I would do it. But I just, you know, I don't have the skills. So anyway, so a lot of this is, you know, French ephemera. It looks familiar. You know, some of these things have circulated, not this exact one. Like, I own the original document that this came from, and other people also have similar documents from France that look like this. You know, it was kind of like a standard form that was used at a particular, you know, business. So, you know, yeah, it's possible that some of these look familiar. Anyway, so the flowers, this flower image actually came from a German botanical book that I have from, I think it was like 1890s, something like that. I know that it may look familiar. Also, if you watch Rachel's channel, she had a very similar book that I think was in, hers might have been in French or something, I don't remember, but mine was German, and the illustrations are very similar. So, you know, but we all love botanical stuff, so, you know, there's bound to be some familiarity with those types of images. Anyway, but I love what she did with layering that French document behind those images. Gorgeous. Same thing with the mushrooms, and look at that music behind there. Isn't that awesome? It's just, I don't know, I just think it's amazing. There's another French document behind the botanical stuff on this one. And then I had this old, it was a geography book, and it was just the grungiest of grungy pages in that book. And so I scanned every single page of it, and it's just gorgeous. I still have the original pages. I have not even used them in any collage or anything. I just can't bring myself to use them yet, but I can use this. So she's actually taken images from that page that I sent her, and then added some other layers in it, and you know, gave it a little bit of a composition, which is very cool. So see, this is that book cover that I showed you in the beginning. That was more kind of like a blue, like a darker greenish blue, and she's just altered it. This, I think, was more like the original color of the book. So, or maybe this is a different one. I don't know. Now I don't remember. I think that one was 1880, and this one's 1829. I don't remember. Maybe it's a different one. I have a lot of ledger books. So anyway, another piece of sheet music. So I've taken both you know, halves of the whole kit, and I just printed it off and I mixed them all up. So I can't tell you which one of these is in which person's kit or which half of the kit it's in. But if you purchase both, then you'll get everything that you see. Altogether is 66 pages. And I'm going to get through all of the full-size pages here. See, like this was from Portland, Oregon, 1902. And see, and I just wanted to get kind of like, see how it's like cut off, you know? That does not bother me at all. Like that to me is cool. And I just wanted the idea of this, you know, receipt or whatever, to come through. Like it doesn't have to be the complete, you know, page to convey what it actually is. Like it can just be an idea of it. You know what I mean? The same with this. Like these are actually super long. You know, these are from a bank, and I mean, if it was blown up, like it would be twice as long as this, but it gives you the idea of it, and it gives you the cool elements that are on those yummy ephemera pieces. So, and I love this with all these little numbers. You could cut these out, and you know, you could use them on tags and whatnot. And then I just have this thing about letters that people have written to each other, and I just love them. I love the handwriting, and if I can read it, if it's in English, I love reading what, you know, was going. I almost feel like a peeping Tom reading somebody's, you know, like love letters or whatever. So like this one is, sweetheart, how are you feeling? I hope okay. You know, I mean, it's not like a mushy love letter, but it kind of is. I had a collection of letters that were written to a woman named Charlotte, and I think I had like 7 letters by a gentleman named Charlie, and they were all in these little tiny envelopes, and they were from like 1903 to like 1905 or something. And and I just love them. Like I still have them. I don't think I'll ever get rid of them. I don't think I'll ever use the originals. Anyway, and then we took some smaller ephemera pieces and just kind of blew them up, and you know, printed those like full page, you know. And I don't know, I just love the look of that. Some old reader book covers that have been altered. You can see there's some layers of like some numbers and like ledger and stuff in behind there. Just gorgeous. This one the same. It's an old reader, and then Tracie's taken some handwriting and sort of just sprinkled it behind. This was actually part of a marriage license, a French marriage license, and this coloration that's on there is actually what it looked like. I don't know how much editing she even did to this particular one, but this is kind of like what it looked like out of the box, you know. Anyway, super cool. So here's one of the letters to Charlotte. You can see, Dear Charlotte. And just giving you a huge variety of vintage, you know, handwriting and ephemera that you can work with in lots of different ways. Initially, I thought this is probably my favorite piece in the whole set, but I thought this was written by a little boy, but Tracie pointed out that it's probably not. But it's just a cute little note. I love that it's Dear Grandpa. Anyway, it was actually a postcard. You know, just cool ephemera. It's another postcard that's just blown up. And then she created some smaller ephemera pieces from the stuff that I sent to her. And some of what I sent to her were some of the collages that I had done a few weeks ago. And she's added some texture into some of those collages, and then just framed them in some like oversized label shapes. Some little teeny tiny tags that she made using those botanical pages. Some other random ephemera. You'll recognize the little letters from the anagram set. Some more, you know, tag shapes with collage, some milk cups, and then some of those yummy price tags. Some other like advertising. This is mostly French advertising. A whole bunch of envelopes. I've been scanning all kinds of stuff. So you know, we use some envelopes. Those are all French envelopes. This is a French like grammar book. And then I've got this collection of like cabinet cards and stuff. And so you know, I don't know if I'll use the original cabinet cards at any time in the near future, but you know, one day. But I've always wanted to share the images that are on those. So a lot of these are from cabinet cards, and then I got this whole photo album of it's like, I got it from Rosemary. Okay, if you guys know who Rosemary is, but she's famous for her eco dyeing, you know. Anyway, but the whole photo album was full of all of these little snapshots of guys on this like a Navy ship, and probably during like World War II. And so Tracie's been able to, they were just in really bad condition, but she was able to actually edit them, kick up the contrast, or, you know, just fix them a little bit so that you can enjoy them a little bit better. So anyway, so there's some Navy guys and stuff. I love the little kids. And then these are some of the, so each set of the kit, each side, you know, each one has like a full sheet of people images, and they're all different, but there's no repeats in any of these pieces. So, but these are some cabinet cards, and then the backs. I don't know if these backs went exactly to that image, but you know, there's a back of a cabinet card to go with each cabinet card. Okay, and then just other French ephemera. Some more labels. Now you recognize the Chemcraft. This was actually an envelope. So she would just, you know, she left one of them red. The originals were red, and then she shifted the color on this one to blue. And I don't know, I think it's cool. I used some different anagram letters, some different price labels, some different sections of collage for the tags here, some different milk caps, some more of the French advertising. This was actually in one of those ledgers that the cover is in the collection. These were pages that were inside those books. Some different grungy, cool French envelopes, some more pages from the French reader, and then some more images of people, some different cabinet card, and some more ephemera. Look at this little tiny envelope. It's so cute. And so this page right here, this page, I almost think one of these images is duplicated, but the color is a little bit different on it. So that may be what the idea was she kind of edited the like color saturation and that kind of stuff on some of these, and then sort of kicked it up on some and pushed it back on others. And so, you know, I think that some of the images on this particular page are on a different one, but they look different. You know what I mean? Anyway, I could be wrong. Maybe that was my error. I don't know. Anyway, so there's a really cool little shipping label or shipping tag page from one of those agendas. And then she took the full page images, and in each one of the kits, it's one kit, but we each got 2 pages of these. So she just laid those out so that you can have 9 small images of the large full page images on one page. Okay, so altogether you'll get 4 pages like that. Okay, so that one, and then this one, and yeah, one, and you get one of those yummy maps, and then this one with some of the letters, and you know. So anyway, so that is our collection, our collaboration collection, and we've decided through much consideration and some input from my mother that we decided to call this collection Eclectica, because it's just so eclectic, and it really does not have a theme. And and it's kind of quirky and a little bit off. You know what I mean? So anyway, but I just wanted to show this to you guys, and I will put links in the description of this video to the listing in my shop, and then which will say part 1 of 2, and then in Tracie's shop will be part 2 of 2. So I'll put links right first thing in the description to both listings so that you can grab this whole set. Okay? All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And yeah, talk to you soon. And I still love you. Okay. Bye for now.